I cannot do
Do
this
do I
without
know the
naming.
first one?
Man, you definitely know number
All
one.
right.
That's
I'm just gonna put his initials in because go on, you say
you
it, but
know,
I know.
you know my love for Righty. You know that I cannot leave this guy out. He's the reason I support Arsenal. He's the reason I love football. And for everyone who's watched Who Are Yous with me and you, they know my love for Ian Wright. And I've said enough about the guy, but I cannot leave him out. So Ian Wright is definitely my number one. If you ask me one man to win you a football game, it'd be Ronaldo. 100%. If you said to me now, we've got a really important final, pick one guy, Cristiano Ronaldo is the one you want in your team. And he's proven it for club and country, wherever he's been. He was outstanding at Man United, by far one of their best ever players. Real Madrid's greatest ever player, probably. And of course, Portugal absolutely love him because he's won them Euros hands down on his own. And that's one thing that people say Messi hasn't done. But for me, Ronaldo, exceptional talent. Made
And also,
everybody around him better. People talk about 98 and 2000 with France. Yes, they were sensational. And luckily, half of them played for our football team.
yeah,
But Zidane's was the best one by
yeah.
far. And to say that, Zidane comes ahead of people like Vieira and Petit and the amazing players he had around him, Henri even, Zidane was the one. He gets ahead of Henri even. He's that good. It's just, there's nobody I can see that is ever going to be that good in his position. He was just exceptional. And the goal he scored in the final against Leverkusen from the corner, that volley, still the best volley I've ever seen. Do you know what? It's a great one because out of all of the amazing people I've just spoken to, some people on here that perhaps aren't Arsenal fans or just football fans would say, oh, okay, Ian Wright was great, but he wasn't in that same bracket. He's the one I would struggle to ask questions to because I'd just be in absolute awe.
You're
It would
nervous,
just,
yeah.
honestly, I'd go mad. I'd be nervous. I'd be shaking. I'm sure he'd settle me down because he's such a hero and such a great guy. But for me, I would be asking Ian Wright what it means for him to be a Arsenal fan. Do you know what I'd ask Messi? I'd ask him if I can ask him if he'd be okay if I take a test on him to make sure he's a human being. That's what I'd ask. Because that guy, there is no way that he's human. In all seriousness, I want to ask, like with Robin Williams, I want to ask him who his idols are. Because obviously you look at the obvious choices of Maradona, and I'd love to know who he looked up to as a footballer, because for me, he's outshone all of his heroes. And I'd love to know what that feels like, and to see if he actually believes he's achieved that, because surely you have, as a footballer or as any kind of career, you look up to your role models. And when do you know that you've outshone them and you've beaten them? So I'd love to ask, I want to know how close he came to joining Arsenal. I want to know, because there's rumours he was around the training ground. There's rumours he was like gonna sign, and then he went to Man United. And I want to know how close he came, but also why he came close. What was it about us that he wanted? Was it the fact that at the time we were one of the best in the world? We'd just gone unbeaten. We were so close to getting him, from what I hear, and I'd love to know how close it was, because imagine Ronaldo in an Arsenal shirt, someone who I believe has in Messi, and see how he feels about that, because I believe he's definitely the best player that's ever lived. I really do.